the godfather of gangster rap, the hip-hop thugster himself, Mr. NWA, EAZY. Rest in peace, EAZY. Passed away back in '95. Yeah, I couldn't even watch all of Straight Outta Compton because I got all the way to the part to when EAZY was in the hospital, and it was just real sad. You know, I really liked EAZY. That was my guy. Anyway, I was wondering why come, you know, he had complications of AIDS, but his wife didn't have it, nor any of his baby mamas. That was, you know, very interesting to me. He had it, but they didn't have it. So I got to digging through some stuff, you know, and they like to call it conspiracy theory. I like to call it using your brain. So anyhow, back before he went to the hospital, you know, they were at NWA was at the height of their career. Ice Cube ended up leaving the group. Dr. Dre, Eazy's right-hand man, actually he's the one who talked Eazy into rapping. He wanted to leave the group, but he was under contract. So he ended up getting with his old bodyguard, who we all know as, that's right, Suge Knight, who got with a couple of his homeboys and beat Eazy into releasing Dr. Dre up out of his contract. Now, I'm finna play an interview for y'all, Jimmy Kimmel interviewing Suge Knight. Pay attention to what Suge says.
Why bulletproof vest?
Oh, it's not. Oh no, that's just it's new style. You've been in the can for a while. This is what everybody. That's what all the talk show hosts are wearing.
This is a new thing, right?
Yeah.
See, if somebody gonna do something about it,
Right.
technology is so high, right?
Right.
So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. So kids, you don't want to go to jail forever, right? So they got this new thing out there. People say them all the time. They got this stuff they call. They get blood from somebody with AIDS.
Yeah.
And then they shoot you with it.
Oh,
so
well, that seems bad.
That's
Yeah.
a slow death.
Yeah.
The easy thing. The easy thing. The easy thing. The easy thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no. Okay.
We're right in the mood.
Wow. Well, Suge's terror alert level just went from elevated to high.
Okay, so Suge Knight said, we don't shoot people and kill them anymore. We get a needle, get some blood from somebody with AIDS, and we inject it in the person that we don't like and give them a slow death, that Eazy-E thing. That slow down. Maybe that's why he's locked up. Anyway, Ice Cube comes out with an album called Lethal Injection. That was strange. I wonder if he had something to do with it now. But check out this third theory I done came up with. The 41st president, George H.W. Bush. Before he was that, he was the vice president to Ronald Reagan. And before he was that, he was the head of the C.I.A. And you know how they get down. No love at all. Check out this news report about Eazy-E going to the White House.
He's not a presidential advisor yet, but his rap has gained him entry to the Republican elite. More on this new insider from Chief Washington correspondent Bob Schieffer.
If you're cool, you know the center of attention at Washington's National Airport last night was that hot new rapper Eazy-E, whose rap is a little, well...
It's a little on the dirty Two Life Crew side, but not quite to that extent. Not that he's not like abusing women, but right. You know, it had a couple swear words in it.
More than a couple, it turns out.
I don't think I give a damn about a girl. I ain't a sucker.
And his biggest hit is so controversial the FBI protested. We couldn't broadcast it on a dare.
The name of the record? The record again. The police.
Which is why you might not have guessed that Eazy-E, Eric Wright is his real name, would be among this group of well-off Republicans who paid $1,250 to become members of something called the Republican Inner Circle, who were waiting in line today to hear Law and Order man George Bush at a private members-only reception. You would have been surprised because Eazy-E's group is not exactly the voice of the establishment.
What is your group now? NWA. And what does that stand for? Niggas with attitudes.
So why was Eazy-E there? Mainly because he was invited. Like many Americans, he received a fundraising letter from Texas Senator Phil Gramm inviting him to join the elite inner circle for $1,000, of course. In a follow-up note, Senate Republican leader Bob Dole pointed out his fellow members would include Arnold Schwarzenegger and George Shultz. Before the Republicans realized it was all a computer foul-up, Eazy-E just sent in the money and was made an official member.
You think that Senator Phil Gramm and the other members of the Republican inner circle know who Eric is and what he does?
No, I don't think so. I think that probably they would be shocked to find out who he really is. But as for us, we're happy to be here.
Whatever else all this means, EAZY says he thinks it's cool, and it does seem to underline one truth that applies to politicians of both parties these days. If you've got the money, they've got the time. Bob Schieffer, CBS News, just outside the inner circle.
That's the CBS Evening News.
Now I'm finna play a clip of EAZY talking about his visit to the White House with all those Republicans that hated his guts. Check this out.
I was having lunch with Bush. It was that I'm on this these things called Athletes and Entertainers for Kids, Make-A-Wish Foundation. I give a lot of donations to different organizations. So what they did is they picked my name off for giving donations, and they sent me an invitation to come down there. The invitation said, we want to invite you to the Republicans Party. I'm not no Republican, you know. So I went down there. When we went down, as soon as I got off the plane, you had CBS, CNN, and all these people like EAZY, gang member, drug dealer, and all this, you know, comes down here to the president's luncheon and all that, you know. And they just blew it up. Basically, what I did is I paid $1,500 for $1 million worth of press.
Now this is just my theory. As he sat there at that luncheon at the White House eating that good food, but all those Republicans, they hated his guts. I think they slipped some of that disease either in his food or in his drink. Either way, he consumed it. And I think that's how he got AIDS. And I think that's how he died. Anyway, tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, and share.